Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are still working on our conquest of Africa. We just got Rwanda left of that little gaggle of countries over in East Africa. What is this? Costa Rica's having a communist uprising. Don't need to worry about that. So conquering... That's right, 14 infantry. Oh, that's so much. Richie, you're Russia. What if I conquer Congo? Hold on. Transvaal colony... We'll trade Botswana for Zambezi. Botswana for Zambezi. No. No. Come on now. Alright, what if I grab Congo? That's also 14. Interesting. Plus 14. Oyo is 17.5. That's right. Gobier is 9.4. Bornu we're gonna puppet. Darfur we're probably just gonna take over. 7.7, and then it's gonna be 1 for the other state, but we're gonna go a little bit over that because we're gonna do them both as the same diplomatic play, and that means we're gonna need extra. Right. This is a little bit rough in the Trucial Coast on account of the high turmoil there. Okay, Colombia sides Costa Rica. Alright. South American Station Fleet needs a commander. Now, you're a positivist, a romantic, a dockyard organizer. You seem good. On the other hand, and then in a couple of years, we're going to annex Belgium. Right? Is Belgium a... Yes, Belgium's a puppet. So in a couple of years, we're going to annex them. On the other hand, we could establish some protectorates in South America. Ooh, no, that's a lot of infamy. Okay, we're gonna hold back on that for now. We're going to hold back on that for now. So, Trucial Coast is having a serious emigration problem. I think we might need to just incorporate Trucial Coast. Oh, it's going to be 20 years. That's not even going to... It's not even going to ever properly get incorporated. Alright, well, in that case... The only option available to us might be a decree. But on the other hand, I don't want to do a decree. So, we'll just not do that. We'll just not do that. And after that, it's going to be taking over this area. And we can make a protectorate out of Harar and a protectorate out of Kaffa. And that would get us control over those zones. And then we might finally finish out the Scramble for Africa, which seems to have kind of stalled based on the fact that I'm the only one who's actually taken over these areas, and France doesn't seem interested in taking over Togourt, Tunis, or Tripolitania. Which is just kind of the way they've chosen to do things, and that is what it is. And sometime in the middle there, we gotta grab another chunk of the Ottoman Empire. Somehow the Ottoman Empire got defensive pacts with Austria-Hungary and Russia, which is kind of bananas. I don't know how they managed to accomplish that. But no complaints, I suppose. I think... Let me see, where are we tech-wise? We're working on mobile armor. So, once we get that done, we're going to go into a vast spree of military improvements. And that's going to keep us kind of head and shoulders above everyone else. Oh, Bornu's already our protectorate. That's right. That's how we ended up doing it. Alright. We no longer have war operations from the French Republic. That, Farmer 2? Not sure. I think we might have been paying them. I forget. There's workplace safety up to 3. We're not increasing that anymore right now immediately. We'll kind of see how that goes. So let's see what kind of impact it's had on our standard of living. Standard of living is still just kind of barely bumbling along here. Investment pool is very full, so we could add more. Portsmouth Station Fleet needs. One of these guys needs to get promoted. This guy's good. This guy's also good. You know what? I'll give a promotion to both of you. It's going to matter for you a lot more since the other guy is 79. Wheatman Treyhawk, you're the boss in this situation. Maybe we'll wait on Rwanda. Wadai is only one state. They're a pretty good target. Let's go for Darfur. Darfur is the right country to go after at this point. So, gonna conquer plane. They've refused. We're gonna add the other state. And to add that on, it'll be one additional infamy. We can afford that. We'll grab. Let me see. Darfur does not have many battalions. We'll grab the Army of Australia to deal with it. Actually, the Army of Australia is a little beat up right now. We'll grab the Army of the Mediterranean to deal with it. Alright. Industrial barriers. Factories in the Niger Delta have been reported to be placing Igbo people into roles with incredibly poor work conditions owing to their status as second-class citizens in Great Britain. I know. Us businessmen have a reputation for only caring about the bottom line. That may be true for some, but the way I see it, any venture must be built on a strong foundation of values. The Igbo don't understand those values. How could they? They're our values. So unequal treatment cannot stand. This makes the petite bourgeoisie salty and makes them weaker. And this one reduces their standard of living and makes them more radical. I'm going to go with the second one. I don't know what getting increased national supremacy pop support or reduced national supremacy and racial segregation pop support actually do, so I think we're just when you get an opportunity to be worse, be worse. We're being supervillains out here. Oh, Egypt has sided with Darfur. That's interesting. The Khedive. How many battalions has he got? Yeah, alright. So, that's fun. I'm gonna grab another fleet and station them here. Oh, that was the guy that's there. Alright. And then we're grabbing another fleet and putting them here. And that should effectively prevent them from trading with anyone who's not right in their general zone. Alright. We're going to need more forces to do this. Let's grab the Army of West Africa and the Army of the Cape of Good Hope. And I think that will be completely sufficient in terms of overall forces. It's going to put us in an airplane shortage, but we've got factories that can flex upward on that. So let's make sure these are hiring. Yeah, they're hiring a little bit, at least. Let's make them publicly traded. In fact, let's make all of our war machine industries publicly traded. Ooh, Lithuanian people are immigrating from Russia. Excellent. Still can't produce tanks yet. That's a few months away yet. Alright. Force comparison looks pretty solid. So, I could bring another country in. No, Germany wants to take states from us. That's not going to be of any use. Spain, same thing. They want Gibraltar. They've been wanting Gibraltar. If I add another war goal... No. Transfer subject. I could get Lahej or Hejaz. Actually, what infamy am I at right now? 22.9. Maybe I'll try to get Lahej. Let's get Lahej. Gimme the hedge. There we go. I'm still not over 25, so I don't think anyone in Europe is going to bother about this situation. It's a pretty alright force comparison, but let's put some more troops in there just to be sure. I don't necessarily need either of my main armies up here working on this, but these two armies we definitely need. These like 4. Just go ahead and make sure we're all on attack. You're on attack. You're on attack. Alright, perfect. So that should be just fine. And fleets are on the way. And I think what we'll do is we'll have... Once things are going properly in the south, we'll have some armies from... we'll naval invade using the army of Australia over into the hedge and grab it. Unless they're actually not even in this war. They are. They surely are. Alright, cool. So that's fine. And we'll go ahead and do that. And that'll be what we do. Force comparison, again, here looks very good. 2 arms. Egypt has a couple of fleets that are over here, but I don't necessarily need to concern myself with those right now immediately. So let's see how the battle is shaping up. Here's us, and here's the enemy. Now listen to that. We're very solidly outclassing them both from a material and technological, from a numerical and technological perspective. So I think I have great confidence in my ability to win this. Nice. Very nice. And do we have any other battles along the frontier? We do. We have one going on over here. This one we're also winning, but we only have technological superiority, not numerical advantage here. We are pressing forward, however. Oop. Okay, where's the battle happening? There it is. Alright. Looking solid. Looking solid. And there's the mobile armor attack. So. Conquer state. The United States is going after Panama, Antioquia, Cundinamarca, and Guaviare. Spain aligns with Colombia. Peru, Bolivia does as well. It's gonna oh my goodness, that's made America extremely infamous. Interesting. I am tempted to align with Colombia as well. Alright, we've actually got Darfur fully occupied. And there's a tiny front over here. Let's go ahead and grab... Let's mobilize the army of Australia to cover this tiny front. Well, actually, that tiny front's not going to matter because Darfur is going to bail out of the war. Beautiful. Alright, so we are winning this battle here. So once we've won that battle, we'll get the army of Australia naval invading the hedge. And let's see, do they have war support protection? They do not. And does Egypt? Yes. Okay, Egypt does have war support protection. So I'll probably be able to make the capital, but just in case I'm not, we'll We'll do it via naval invasion, and that'll be just fine. Perfect. And Army of Australia. Now, has anyone else intervened in this? I could take this as an opportunity to weaken America. But do I want to be involved in a war with America right now? No, not yet. I don't think they'll be able to do any more conquest basically after this. So I think we'll just worry about our side of the Atlantic at this point. Go ahead and put this fleet over here. Just continue to fight against this fleet here. We got our army on the way. The rest of our armies are split between the northern and southern fronts. It seems like the force comparison is a lot better. Mexico's in with El Salvador. Oh, nope. El Salvador is a different situation. Alright, and that's the naval invasion complete. So that should be just fine. And that should mean that Egypt no longer has war support protection, and the hedge is losing war support at a rapid rate. So they should both be interested in a peace deal relatively soon. Sokoto Liberal Revolt. I have my best men on it. No battalions. Sokoto has all the battalions. So that should be just fine. We got a lot of exiles from various areas. So we'll see if the United States can win this war. Austria-Hungary sides with Spain against Cuban rebellion. Alright, and that gets us the hedge as our protectorate. Wonderful. So at this point, I'm going to demobilize the Army of the Cape of Good Hope and the Army of the West Indies. Because we don't need those mobilized, and if we end up needing more armies mobilized, we'll, for something else, we'll use them. French Republic is no longer embargoing the German Empire. That's just fine. So, where does that leave us? Our infamy is at 19.7. We've got a lot of places we want to take over. It might be worth going a little bit over. On the other hand, I want to be very conscientious about that. I only want to go over if it's for a good reason. That's basically my approach to this situation. I only want to go over on infamy if it's to get me something tangible. So for example, I could save some time and not wait until the end of this war to grab Wadai. In fact, I think I might do that. Grabbing Wadai will be 5.5 infamy. That'll put me just under being a problem. And Wadai is only the one state, right? Yes, it is. Alright, let's do it. They have indeed said no. Let's go ahead and deploy the Army of the Mediterranean there. Wadai does not have any significant military forces, and we are still just barely reputable. So that'll let us get that done, and if we get rolling rebellions or something like that, similar to the way we've had before, we won't necessarily need to trouble ourselves about it because we've already got another one of our wars of conquest on the way. So that leaves East Africa. Probably the plan is going to be conquest to the states around Ethiopia and forming protectorates in Ethiopia itself. That's my typical way. If I go after Galedi, conquest will be 6.7 infamy. Measure teen, it'll be 8.8. Warsangali, it will be 4.7, and Isak is going to be 5.3. So none of them are particularly costly from an infamy perspective to conquer. Revolution in Arabia. That's just Nade popping off again. So while those wars are getting themselves sorted out, let's talk about mobile armor. The Army of Ireland needs a new leader. This guy's very good. Meticulous and stalwart defender? Heck yes. Get this man a lieutenant generalship right away. So, can I upgrade squad infantry directly into mechanized infantry? I think I can. I can certainly do with the conscripts. We'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll grab our war machine industries and just put them on tank production. Yes, we do want that. And then we'll do the same with the Army of India. And that'll get that going. In fact, I think we'll do it with most of our armies that are not currently mobilized. Especially the Household Division and the Home Army. Now, with, you can't upgrade from heavy tanks to, from siege artillery to heavy tanks directly. You've got to do a little bit of finagling. 11th British Army do not want 1 unit of skirmish infantry. Well, that's just embarrassing. They'll go to the Army of Ireland. Army of Ireland, you don't still have... Okay, you set them to upgrade. Russia sides with Persia in a communist uprising. Well, that is what it is. Alright, exile from Egypt. How much would it take, hypothetically, to turn Tripolitania into a protectorate? 9.30. Okay, that's actually not that much infamy. And for Tunis, that's going to be 7.0. Alright, so that'll be our plan for those zones. And we'll just need to kind of... deal with the global reaction there, because it's going to be what it's going to be. And then I think finally, once we've gotten East Africa and some North African coastal territory, then we'll turn around and finish out the Central African states. And then we'll finally get the Scramble for Africa completed. So from Austria-Hungary. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly remind myself of what's going on in Europe. Austria-Hungary is an autocratic monarchy. German Empire is a landed voting monarchy. French Republic is a universal suffrage parliamentary republic. I'm at war. Spain is a wealth voting monarchy. Portugal is a landed voting monarchy. That should be my protectorate. Portugal often shows up as Great Britain's protectorate. It's not clear why, but it is. That's how they do. Alright, Army of West Africa can get demobilized. And we'll go ahead and upgrade their units as well. So, what has that done to the balance of tanks in our customs union? Alright, we are short on tanks, but not too short. So we'll go ahead and build up some war machine industries, some more war machine industries in our Imperial Corps here. Why are you having such a hard time hiring? Why is demand for are my armies not set to using aerial recon? I thought they were. They are. So why? That's bananas. I don't understand. I'm confused. I've never had this problem before. Hell on Earth. Workers of the rope plantations in Ghana are being severely mistreated. I'm going to do the perpetrators will pay for their crimes. This reduces the output by less. Alright, so that's going to end on annexation, and then this, once we've conquered Chad, we will have Wadai fully conquered, and that will be good to go. Let's take a look at how things are going in South America. It looks like America has not yet broken in on the coast, which is giving me hope. I hope things are going all right over there. Beautiful. There's the Sokoto Peasant Revolt stamped out. And the conquest of Wadai is continuing. Ooh, co-belligerents in default. The Mosquito Kingdom. I don't really know what to do about you, Mosquito Kingdom. Doesn't seem like that's like you're being a great British subject right now. But it is what it is. So, where's our infamy now? 16.6. Wow, that's down pretty far. I've been doing a real good job with this extra infamy decay, I gotta say. So I think from here it's going to be Galeti. Galeti's going to be the new target. And I think we'll demobilize the Army of the Mediterranean to upgrade them. Army of Canada is already fully upgraded. We'll do the same with the Army of Australia. So, Army of Canada is going to be on deck. So we'll restation them here to get them ready for this war. They'll probably be on their way back by the time the war ends, but we'll jump right back in against Galeti, and that'll be good to go. Is there anyone who hasn't yet been upgraded? Alright, that's looking perfectly solid. So from there, it's just a matter of upgrading the artillery to heavy tanks and the cavalry to light tanks. There's electric arc process, a thing I never use. Portugal wants to swap states. I feel like you've been asking that a lot, Portugal, and I've never been saying yes. So, infamy is at 15.7. Galeti, you're coming with me. And puts the Army of Canada in position. And America is having a Pueblo uprising. Good for the Pueblo people, to be honest. Ooh. I don't think that's going to go very well for them, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We got art silk spurning. Where am I with tech? Oh, compression ignition. That's going to be really, really good. And then oil turbine, and then dough rollers. That's going to be rad. I have not had art silk researched for this entire time, and I've been banging out tier 5 production text like it's going out of style. That's very funny to me for some reason. Alright, Galeti has 3 battalions maximum. We got 23, and we got mechanized infantry over there, so I think we're going to be fine. France is going after Tunis. They're doing a return CB for the whole state. Well, that's alright. I don't necessarily need to concern myself with that. So now the question about America's overall situation. Wow, America bailed. They just whiffed it. They just whiffed it and didn't get anything. You get them, Colombia. Let's take on Colombia's debt. I'd take on debt any of these states. That's right. I'll eat that war debt. I'll eat that war debt just for sticking it to America, trying to take over a bunch of South America. You get him. Alright, so Galletti is not calling anyone in, so I'm feeling extremely confident as we go forward. Austria-Hungary sides with Tunis. Interesting. Is France infamous? They are. That's what happens when you don't watch your infamy. Mosquito Proletarian Revolt. I can use the Army of Australia for this. So we'll go ahead and do that. And they got their mechanized infantry ready to go. So I think for the Army of Ireland, I am going to do some mechanized infantry and infantry expansion here. And where have we got labor available? Plenty of labor available in Leinster. And then we're going to put... So let's get the number... So we'll do another 6 somewhere else. And then we'll get some heavy tanks in here. We'll get some heavy tanks. Reduce the number of siege artillery. We're bringing this total number up to 80. So I'm going to put 10 levels of heavy tanks here in Leinster. And that should be fine. We got labor available over in the Netherlands. We do. But only a little bit. Only in Holland. So that'll be just fine. Army of India, we're going to do roughly the same. I'm going to cut Lancers. These are all in Leinster. 2 arms. I'm going to put 5 levels of light tanks there. Lahej and Sierra Leone are both having communist uprisings. I wish they would dial it back, but at the same time, I'm not going to just let things go buck wild over there. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the Army of the West Indies over here, and we're going to get the Army of Australia turned back around. It was Lahej, right? The country we just took over? Yes. We'll do like the Duke of York intended. We've marched our armies all the way up to the top of the hill, and now it's time to march them back down again. So this is what I was talking about those cascading rebellions. Alright, how is... Did this pop off? It did. So we should be attacking now, correct? Yes, we are. It's going. It's in progress. Alright, so... I think... Yeah, Army of India needs expansion and some heavy tanks. I'm actually going to cut... Actually, I'm going to cut some siege artillery straight away. So this is home counties. Lowlands, British North Cameroon, Midlands. Oh, they're all over the place. I did not do a good job at concentrating these things. So we now need 20 battalions of heavy tanks. So we're going to grab 5 from the home counties, 5 from the West Country, 5 from Holland, and 5 from the Midlands. And we're hoping that ends up just fine. Journal of Philosophical Studies. Members of the University Department from the University of Holland have signed a formal petition for government funding for the next project, a scientific journal. With the foundation of our philosophical studies, we welcome the new era in the scrutiny of the mind, an era of rigorous research and serious experimentation, an era of scientific collaboration among our foreign colleagues, a safe haven in which all investigations pertaining to this topic can be shared. We have no resources for this. This makes academics mad. Or fund this journal. This costs us £100,000 a week, but gives us a prestige bonus. And progress towards psychoanalysis. I don't think any of that's super useful, so I'm just going to say we don't have the resources for it. Even though we clearly do, because we're Great Britain. We got a significant army expansion underway. But unfortunately, that is all the time we've got for this episode. We will continue the many small wars we have going on in the next episode. But for now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.